What's up, Looply viewers? Get ready for a rapid-fire dose of rock history and electrifying music news. We're kicking things off with an unbelievable personal story from Tracey Donaldson, who had not one, but two incredible encounters with the one and only Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, and even met Robert Plant. You won't believe the mementos she walked away with, including a cup he drank from. Next up, we're heading to Edmonton, Canada, where the premier Led Zeppelin tribute band, Kashmir, is set to blow the roof off the Century Casino. We've got the inside scoop from lead vocalist Josh Palmer about what makes their performance so authentic and why you need to experience their magical acoustic set live. And the Led Zeppelin love continues. We're talking about a special deluxe edition of Becoming Led Zeppelin hitting shelves soon, plus a major announcement from Wolfgang Van Halen about his band Mammoth's upcoming album, The End, recorded at the legendary 5150 studio. Finally, we're rewinding the clock to a monumental moment in music history. September 15, 1979, when Led Zeppelin's In Through the Outdoor absolutely dominated the Billboard charts, becoming their sixth #1 album. This was their final studio album of new material, and we're breaking down its impact. You don't want to miss any of these incredible stories. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more awesome content, and ring that notification bell. Led Zeppelin legend, Tracey Donaldson's unforgettable encounters. Get ready for a story that's pure rock and roll gold. We're halfway through September, and here at The Sound, we've been celebrating Zep-tember by diving deep into the iconic music of Led Zeppelin. Today, we're sharing an absolutely incredible personal tale from our own Sound Drive host, Tracey Donaldson, who recounts her unbelievably lucky brushes with rock royalty. Tracey describes how she met Jimmy Page not once, but twice in London, and even had a chance to share a glass of wine with Robert Plant. Her first encounter with Jimmy Page was back in 1997 at a massive Aerosmith concert at Wembley. Working for a record company, she had VIP seats, and to her astonishment, Jimmy Page was seated just 2 seats away. After the show, she managed a brief handshake and a quick, "Hi," but the real prize. She took the plastic cup he'd left behind, a memento she still cherishes nearly 30 years later. Her second meeting with Page happened in 2007 on Kensington High Street. He was casually chatting on his phone outside a gaming shop. He was incredibly gracious, took photos, and even chatted with her husband about having worked with his father-in-law back in the 60s. Tracey even showed him her ZOSO tattoo, a logo Page himself designed, which he loved. But the magic didn't stop there. In 2012, when Robert Plant visited Auckland, the head of Warner Music, knowing Tracey was a massive Zeppelin fan, invited her to meet him after his show. She spent about 20 minutes with Plant, sharing a glass of wine, and was struck by how much time he dedicated to his fans. These are the kinds of legendary moments that make music history unforgettable. Fans are already flooding the Sound's Facebook page with their own Led Zeppelin stories, eager to share their connections to the band. Don't go anywhere, because we've got more incredible rock news coming your way, including a Canadian tribute band that's capturing the spirit of Zeppelin. Kashmir, Edmonton's authentic Led Zeppelin experience. If you bleed rock and roll and live in Edmonton, you'll want to mark September 20th on your calendar. That's when Canada's premier Led Zeppelin tribute band, Kashmir, is set to ignite the stage at Century Casino for a night that promises to transport you straight back to the golden era of rock. Founded in 1997 by John Lissy and Dave Cummine, Kashmir has spent decades honing their craft, building a reputation for delivering an incredibly authentic Led Zeppelin experience. The current lineup features Josh Palmer on vocals, John Lissy on guitar, Ross Fokerson on keys, Ray Gowertson on bass, and Lou Fontaine on drums. They don't just play the songs, they channel the very spirit and sound of Zeppelin with stunning precision. We had the chance to speak with Josh Palmer, the band's lead vocalist, who shared his personal journey and passion for this legendary music. Josh grew up listening to Kashmir, calling them absolutely stunning and the best at what they do, praising their most authentic reproduction and vibe of Led Zeppelin. He joined the band just before the pandemic, stepping into the lead singer role after the original vocalist retired. With a background in blues and rock, and experience performing with bands signed to major labels, Josh brings a powerful energy to the stage. Kashmir's authenticity stems from a deep understanding of the blues and 1950s rock that heavily influenced Led Zeppelin. A true highlight of their show is the acoustic set, featuring breathtaking renditions of classics like Battle of Evermore, Going to California, and Gallows Pole, a segment Josh describes as magical. He emphasizes that attending a Kashmir show is a musical escape, where you leave your problems at the door and get engulfed in the music. Josh also shared insights from his time as a top 5 finalist on Canadian Idol in 2005, reflecting on how that experience helped propel his career. This is more than just a tribute, it's a celebration of music's healing power. Catch Kashmir live at Century Casino in Edmonton on September 20th. Get ready for a blast from the past as we dive into a significant chart achievement by Led Zeppelin themselves, and hear about new releases from rock royalty. Deluxe becoming Led Zeppelin and Mammoth's The End arrives soon. For all you rock enthusiasts eager for new and expanded content from legendary artists, we've got some exciting news. Get ready to immerse yourselves in more of Led Zeppelin's iconic legacy and hear what's next from a modern rock powerhouse. First up, a special deluxe edition of the much-anticipated release, Becoming Led Zeppelin, is slated for release on September 30th. While details are still emerging, this expanded version promises to offer fans a deeper dive into the band's history and creative process, likely featuring previously unreleased material, rare photographs, and insightful commentary. This is a must-have for any serious Led Zeppelin collector, offering a fresh perspective on the band that defined a generation. Adding to the excitement, Wolfgang Van Halen, carrying the torch of rock royalty with his band Mammoth, is gearing up to drop their third album, titled The End. This 10-track effort is scheduled for release on October 24th and was meticulously recorded at the legendary 5150 studio, a place synonymous with groundbreaking rock music. Produced by a close friend and collaborator, The End is poised to be a significant release, showcasing Mammoth's evolving sound and Van Halen's continued dedication to the craft. Fans are already buzzing online about the potential content of the Becoming Led Zeppelin reissue and eagerly anticipating Mammoth's latest offering. But wait, there's more classic rock history to uncover. We're heading back to the charts for a look at a #1 album that marked a pivotal moment for Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin's In Through the Outdoor reigns supreme on Billboard. On this day, September 15, 1979, a seismic event occurred in the music world. Led Zeppelin's 8th studio album, In Through the Outdoor, ascended to the #1 spot on the Billboard albums chart. This monumental achievement marked their 6th U.S. chart topper and kicked off a 7-week reign at the pinnacle of musical success. Released just weeks before its chart dominance, In Through the Outdoor featured now iconic tracks such as All of My Love and Fool in the Rain, showcasing the band's continued evolution while retaining their signature powerful sound. Critically and commercially, the album was a massive success, solidifying Led Zeppelin's legendary status. Tragically, this album would become the band's final collection of new material. Their story concluded in December 1980, a somber period that followed the untimely death of their legendary drummer, John Bonham, just 3 months prior. The enduring legacy of In Through the Outdoor continues to resonate with fans, with many celebrating its anniversary and reflecting on the band's final chapter. That's all the rock news we have for you today. But don't go anywhere. We've got a quick recap of all the top stories and your chance to join the Looply community. What an incredible ride through the world of rock legends. We heard about Tracey Donaldson's amazing personal encounters with Jimmy Page and Robert Plant, the electrifying sound of the Led Zeppelin tribute band Kashmir rocking Edmonton, exciting new releases including a deluxe edition of Becoming Led Zeppelin and Mammoth's The End. And we celebrated Led Zeppelin hitting #1 with In Through the Outdoor. If you loved this deep dive into music history and current rock news, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to Looply for more amazing content just like this, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're always the first to know when we drop a new video. Let us know in the comments which story you found most fascinating, and give us a follow on all our social media channels to stay connected. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.